Common Purpose, a mysterious collective which seeks to bypass the democratic system by setting up unelected individuals in key government decision-making bodies with extreme socialist and world government agendas. This documentary will investigate the roots of the movement by researching the backgrounds and agendas of the men behind the concept's creation. This program's creators hope that by documenting the life work of this group of mad scientists, whose ideals sprung out of Cold War-era thinking, it will become obvious how the Common Purpose movement fits into the globalist agenda of world domination. World domination. World.
The Masonic Front Group Common Purpose is an international registered charity that charges thousands for communitarian matrix training courses in forms of psychological control, neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP. The Delphi technique, consensus creation, and cognitive dissonance. Its main initiation rite is called Matrix. Its mantras and rites are based on the Tavistock Institute of Medical Psychology and on the work of Sir John Rawlings Rees, who was a wartime and civilian psychiatrist and a brigadier in the British Army. He was a member of the group of key figures at the original Tavistock Clinic and became its medical director in 1934. This group specialized in the new dynamic psychologies of Sigmund Freud and his followers.
Many of Freud's ideas have fallen out of favor or been modified by other analysts, and modern advances in the field of psychology have shown flaws in most of his theories.
Sir John Rawlings Rees and Eric Trist, another key member of the original Tavistock group, who was later to become director of the Tavistock Institute and the World Federation for Mental Health, wrote a book entitled Steps Toward Global Mind Control under the banner of mental health and education. Tavistock Institute developed the mass brainwashing techniques which were first used experimentally on American prisoners of war in Korea.
Mind control, coercive persuasion, mind abuse, thought control, or thought reform refers to a process in which a group or individual systematically uses unethically manipulative methods to persuade others to conform to the wishes of the manipulators, also known as brainwashing. Mind control, the term, has been applied to any tactic, psychological or otherwise, which can be seen as subverting an individual's sense of control over their own thinking, behavior, emotions or decision-making. Mind control. Mind control.
Experiments in control methods have been widely used on the American public by modifying individual behavior through topical psychology. A German refugee, Kurt Lewin, became director of Tavistock in 1932. He came to the U.S. in 1933 as a refugee, the first of many infiltrators, and set up the Harvard Psychology Clinic, which originated the propaganda campaign to turn the American public against Germany and involve the U.S. in World War II. In 1938, Roosevelt executed a secret agreement with Churchill, which in effect conceded U.S. sovereignty to England, because it agreed to let Allied Special Operations executives control U.S. military policies. To implement this agreement, Roosevelt sent General William J. Donovan to London for common purpose indoctrination. General Donovan was also charged by Roosevelt with setting up the OSS. The Office of Strategic Services, the big intelligence and covert action agency that Truman had suddenly dismantled at the end of World War II. Now the CIA. The entire OSS program, as well as the CIA, has always worked on guidelines set up by the Tavistock Institute. Common Purpose has offices and agents in every municipality and region of the UK, as well as 10,000 agents in the Republic of Ireland, who campaign to convince the Irish to vote for slavery. Course participants are mostly from the media, the legal profession, the police, the military, banking and finance, the education industry, and government. Their fees are subsidized by taxpayers, or written off for tax purposes as charitable donations. Public service departments spent millions, sending its people to common purpose courses. There are common purpose graduates worldwide. Prominent graduates run all three branches of Britain's ruling party.
The Common Purpose movement was created to serve the World Control Collective by utilizing brainwashing and mind control techniques devised by Adolf Hitler and his Third Reich monsters. After World War II, the Tavistock was a changed institution, as the younger generation had experienced power and influence in the armed forces, and they were enthusiastic to train in psychoanalysis and to use psychoanalytic knowledge in their work with the clinic. Rawlings Rees had built a vast network. The Tavistock Clinic soon spread worldwide.
As a consultant army psychiatrist, Sir John Rawlings Rees visited Hitler's deputy, Rudolf Hess, at the secret prison location where he was held, following his capture after landing in Scotland. Hess's diaries document many meetings with Sir John Rawlings Rees, referred to at this time as Colonel Rees, in which he accused his captors of attempting to poison, drug, and mesmerize him. Rawlings Rees established a relationship with Hess over the 4-year period up to Hess's appearance at the Nuremberg trial. It was at the request of Major Henry Dix, who was a fellow member of the Tavistock Clinic group, that Rees first visited Rudolf Hess.